I want to talk about the subject of rage bait and rage baiting, um, and how I see it manifesting itself amongst dissident thinking people. Um, and the way that I'm going to talk about it might not be something that you can relate to um, if you're not invested in pop culture in any way. You know, if you're not interested in movies or TV shows or other manifestations of popular culture, and you're not then the whole notion of the whole wokeification of various franchises, various once beloved franchises. If that's just a non-starter for you, then you probably won't be interested in this video. But I'm a cinephile, and I make no bones about it, and I make no apologies about it either. And I grew up loving the Star Wars franchise, and like many others, I am uh, really unhappy with what's happened to Star Wars since the Disney takeover. Um, and this can be applied to various other franchises as well, of course. Marvel movies, you know, uh, uh, of course, Ghostbusters 2016. Uh, I mean, the list is seemingly endless. Charlie's Angels, um, a lesser franchise, but still another one where they had to just make it. They had to make it woke, make it anti-male, make it uber feminist, and all those kinds of things. And it's gotten to the point now though where people are, because they've done so many outrageous things, because they've pushed this quote woke agenda so hard, um, and they've replaced beloved characters, they've race swapped characters, they've gender swapped characters. Though I don't hear people complaining about how they gender swapped Starbuck when they remade Battlestar Galactica. For some reason, that's something that fans don't care about. I wonder why that is. But that's just a minor thing. That's a little footnote. Anyway, they've done all kinds of things, outrageous things, ridiculous things that now fans who liked these franchises before they became wokeified are so bitter uh, about everything. I mean, and they're right to be bitter. They're right to be pissed off. But what I find unfortunate, and what I think should be avoided, and this can apply to other things too, but I'm just talking about it as pertains to this subject because it's where I've seen it the most, and where I think I can talk about it with the best detail. The what I see more and more of is fans just going off, like whenever they hear anything, no matter how dubious the rumor, they believe it. I think there's like someone started a rumor about that they would be remaking Fight Club with an all woman cast. And that Charlize Theron would be the new, would step in to play the Tyler Durden-esque female character, and so forth. And I thought that was just I thought, no, I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to. There's a limit, and I don't think they're going to go past that limit. Although they've exceeded what I would have thought they would have done. So we're sort of since we're in clown world, since we're in inverted world, upside down world, then anything is really possible. But I just didn't think that was true, and I looked it up, and it turns out it's not true. But I can see people just hearing that and just going off on rage bait about it. And I wonder where these kinds of rumors come from. There was also somebody saying something about how they're going to make the new James Bond female, and I just don't think that's happening. I mean, I can see possibly them making him non-white, and I think that would be disastrous too. But I could see that as a possibility. I don't see them making a female James Bond. I mean, they made a female Doctor Who, and Doctor Who's gone to shit as well, just like all these other franchises that went woke. And I'm not a big Doctor Who fan. I never really followed it that much, but I just know it's a big franchise, and beloved by a lot of people. And they decided to make it into Nurse Who. And then then now the Doctor, like the Doctor has all these new incarnations, but up until recently it was white. I guess somewhere in the lore of the show, the character can become, this new can get this new body. I don't know why. I don't know the explanation for that. But up until recently, the guys who played Doctor Who were all guys, and they were all white British guys, straight white British men. But then they made Doctor Who a woman, and now, as I understand it, he's a gay black man. So that's gone to crap, for sure. But I don't see them doing that. I think with James Bond, I just don't see that happening. I don't see James Bond becoming a woman. But I hear people hear the rumor and instantly start rage baiting. Because that's what these kinds of rumors are. It's bait to get you enraged. Because they like to see you mad. Don't you get it? I mean, they want you upset, because they hate you, and they want to laugh at you. They want to see you flailing around, shaking your fist, impotently raging. It amuses them to see you that way. You shouldn't give them that kind of satisfaction. Even when they do things that are things like the kind of things that they have done, you shouldn't give them the satisfaction of becoming enraged. You should just become detached or mocking. Have fun with it. There have been so many, and there were so many sites, so many YouTube sites that were watching the awful show, The Acolyte, this woke Disney Star Wars show, where everyone's a black lesbian, and it's like, and it's just awful from everything that I've heard about it. And they're like, the correct route to take is just to, if you're going to pay attention to it at all, just to make fun of it. If you're going to watch it, then just have fun with it. Because that enrages them. That makes them unhappy, to see you making fun of the stuff that they're pushing on you, especially when it ends up, the show ends up getting canceled, like The Acolyte did. So I think the most recent thing. Well, there are two recent things that came to my attention with regard to this whole thing. And they both regard the Joker sequel, which is coming out next month in October. And again, I wonder where these kinds of things come from. I wonder who starts these rumors and how they get spread. One thing I was hearing a few months ago was that, when the previews first came out, and obviously, if you don't know, the sequel it is going to feature Harley Quinn, played by Lady Gaga. Joaquin Phoenix will be returning, playing Arthur Fleck, Joker, and it's the same directing and writing team as before. But people were saying, "Oh, now they're making this. What they're going to do is they're going to totally decenter," as they say, that annoying academic term, decenter Arthur Fleck's character, and make this new movie really be all about Lady Gaga's character, about Harley Quinn. And they've done things like this before, it's like what happened with Mad Max. They had a new whatever the Mad Max movie that came out in 2015 or whatever, where it was where Mad Max was a character in it, but it was really all about Charlize Theron's character, and so forth. And and I guess that there was like the He-Man cartoon, the new He-Man cartoon show. Like He-Man dies in the first episode, and then the characters are all women, strong, empowered women who don't need no man. The Mandalorian followed that trend. In the third season, they had the guy who was playing the Mandalorian say, "This is the one you should be following," and it's another Mandalorian who's a woman, who's the same actress that played Starbuck, the female Starbuck. So suddenly, the Mandalorian is not about this guy; it's about this woman. So it's things they've done things like that before, but it turns out this rumor is false, because the reviews that I've read all talk about how how Lady Gaga's character is underutilized because she really isn't in the movie that much. So apparently, all of this talk about how they were going to make this next movie, they're going to get woke and make this next movie all about Harley Quinn, and push the Joker character totally into the background. That's apparently not true, from what from what I've read. I've read several reviews that say, Lady Gaga's not really in the movie that much. That even say she's underutilized. That word underutilized comes up a lot. So much for this rumor that they were going to make the new Joker movie all about Harley Quinn. And now there was some stray review. There was one review that was saying, "Oh, the new Joker just totally deconstructs, just makes you feel stupid for caring about Arthur Fleck and blah blah blah," and it ridicules the audience for being invested in the story of the first Joker. And I don't like this is one review, and it's one critic, I think, with an obvious agenda. I don't buy that it's true. I think this is an interpretation that this critic is is pursuing because of an agenda. because of an interest in quote deconstructing the storyline. But when it was posted, when this review was posted, which is the only review that I've seen that argues this, there have been a lot of critics who've seen the Joker sequel, and they're not. Some of them are positive, some of them are negative, but none of them say, "Oh yeah, this sequel just totally totally pulls the Last Jedi on Joker." Um, in fact, what I've read much more is that, and I actually looked at the review that was pissing me off the other day. You can go back and watch that video where where the reviewer complains that the sequel doubles down on everything that made him uncomfortable about the original Joker movie, which he claimed to like, nevertheless, even though he said it was it made him deeply uncomfortable that they sympathetically portrayed this character who could be seen as incel adjacent and blah blah blah. So this reviewer was basically saying, no, they're not going back on anything that was the focus or the theme of the original Joker. So no, I mean, although I haven't seen the movie yet, obviously it hasn't been released yet, but I intend to see it, and I'm confident that number one, it doesn't just doesn't just make Joker fade into the background as unimportant and focus totally on Harley Quinn instead, a la the Mad Max movie of 2015, Mad Max Fury Road, I think it was. And I'm also completely confident, close to 100% confident, that it doesn't take this sudden left turn where all of what we were told to care about in the first movie is now rendered meaningless somehow. But nevertheless, when this one review was posted, there were all these people just saying, "All right, that's it. I've had enough. Fuck this. Fuck the Joker sequel. I'm not gonna see it now." Again, people are so easy to trigger and so easy to enrage because we know they've pulled this kind of crap many times before. And while I think I have confidence that Todd Phillips, the director, and the writer whose name I'm not recalling right now, and Joaquin Phoenix, even though I'm not saying Joaquin Phoenix is a based guy or anything. Obviously, that's not true. But I think that this trio is dedicated enough to what Joker was all about, that they wouldn't make the sequel unless they thought it was adding something useful to the story, and that the sequel would not be some kind of apology for the original movie. Now, if I watch Joker 2, I'm calling it that because I can't trust my pronunciation of the French subtitle. But if I see the Joker sequel and I'm wrong, I will own it. But I don't think I'm wrong, and I think what's going on is just is again this phenomenon of rage baiting. Is another instance of it. So just in general, stay away from rage bait. Don't fall for rage bait. Don't get into a tizzy. Don't get triggered. And don't believe everything that you read. Don't believe every rumor that's floated, is what I would say. And that's it.